So I thought I'd give everyone a little bit of an update. I'm supposed to be doing my weekly blog, as it were, for how I'm managing with my fibro. And I've got to say the first week has been a bit of a challenge. I had a bit of a flare up, as you know, last week, and it kind of carried on into this week, which was a shame. But I managed to balance things out and spend some time with Ruby. I had to try and work 3 days this week, and one of those days I had to go into London, which is a bit of a commute and proved quite tiring, although I did get to meet up with my friend, which was awesome, which was a real win for me, and it was really good for my mental health and being able to sort of sit and chat with her in a completely different environment away from the house, essentially. Because there are challenges when you're sort of constantly working from home, and you've got your daughter and your husband at home as well. So that was a bit of a bonus. But yeah, I have struggled this week, so I haven't found time to do much of a video. I will put together a little bit of a montage of what we've been getting up to this week. Safe to say, the water, I've been doing the water every day, which is one thing I was hoping that I'd managed to do, but the early mornings have not happened. But the time that I have got, I'm just moving because my dog is wanting to get out the door, and I think he wants a wee, so I'm just going to let him out. There we go. And it's pouring with rain. The weather hasn't helped either, has it? I mean, the weather's been pretty bad for everyone in the UK, I think. And first week of summer holidays, we all knew it was going to happen, right? But yeah, it's not much fun, is it, when the weather's that bad and it's summer holidays? But anyway, we've managed to have fun. We've been out with friends and do things. But I have found that by the end of the day, absolutely obliterated. I'm so tired. And I've had to take my foot off the gas every now and then as well. For example, I'd planned this weekend and what was happening, so I managed to pace myself so I had a nice balance of spending time with Ruby, going out with friends and family. Had my family around yesterday for lunch, which was a bit crazy because it was the first time our puppy Monty had really had a house full of people. So yeah, that was an interesting time. But yeah, and I've managed to see friends. But unfortunately, today we went out for a walk with Monty and Ruby and my husband in the rain, and that was pretty much my limit. I'd tidied the house this morning and cleaned, but by the time we got back from our walk, I couldn't really do much more, and I knew I had to do some prep in advance for my job tomorrow because I'm working again tomorrow, and because it's summer holidays, I knew if I didn't do a bit of prep, then yeah, it was going to be quite stressful because I probably won't find time in between the sessions if my daughter's around or I've got other distractions happening. So I'm going to have to do the extra time in the evenings or in the mornings. And we got invited to the pub this evening, which would have been absolutely lovely. And I love a bit of spontaneity, but I just had to say, sorry, no. My husband and my daughter have gone with our friends, with our neighbours, but I had to say no, and I've been sat on the sofa essentially doing my prep on the laptop because actually it's been helpful doing it while my daughter's not here. It's a quiet house, and it means that once Ruby's in bed and it's bedtime, I can then switch off after because I've done the work that I need to do. So it was quite useful and handy for them to go. But I was really disappointed, but I had to make a decision. And this is something we all face when we suffer with fatigue and we're having to pace ourselves. You have to choose. And the nice choice would have been to go and be sociable and see them all. But the voice in the back of my head said, you're going to regret it. You're aching anyway at the moment. If you go there and then come home, everything you've got to do is going to be condensed into a small space of time, and you're going to be rushed and tired and overwhelmed. So in the end, I made that decision, and it was the right decision, but it was not very fun, and I think my husband was quite disappointed, but at least my daughter's managed to go out and have some fun with our neighbours as well. It's a lovely family pub, and she'll enjoy herself. she always finds it a real treat if we can sort of get her a meal out, so that's nice. But yeah, so I'm in the house on my own at the moment. They're not back yet. So I just wanted to do a bit of an update. I've just closed my laptop, and I think I'm about to sort of watch some TV and perhaps try and have a little cuddle with the dog as well, who's just come back in from his wee-wee. But yeah, that's my update. So it has been a struggle. So yeah, let me know how you've all been getting on. I have been trying to follow my own hints and tips, but when you're mid-flare, it's quite challenging to do that. But yeah, best foot forward. So that's the end of week 1 and we're going into week 2, and I'm going into week 2 quite positively. There's a very busy time at work, but you know, my head's saying it's only 3 days, and then I've got other stuff planned with my daughter, which kind of will reinvigorate me. We could do with the day at home, to be honest, of doing nothing. But yeah, we haven't got that in the diary, but it's going to be quite laid back. I think we've got some play dates and bits and bobs. So I'm hoping I'm going to be able to update everyone throughout the week this time. Now I'm sort of getting my mojo and getting an understanding of how this is all going to work over the next few weeks. And we're off away as well. We're off camping in a camper van next weekend. So I'm going to try and do a bit of a blog around that as well. We chose a camper van just purely because for a short space of time I do struggle. If we're in a tent, I love camping so much. But it's if I don't get proper sleep or rest, you know, it's a bit of a nightmare. So yeah, and also the whole hassle of putting the tent up when it's just for a night or two. You know, I don't mind a week, and you know, we've invested in a really good tent, but yeah, the camper van's the way to go. So I will be updating everyone on how that goes. But yeah, I just wanted to say, yeah, hope everyone's having a good first week of their holidays. Hope everyone's managed to have fun regardless of the weather. Fingers crossed for some sun that's going to give us some vitamin D and some energy over the next week. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I'm going to sign off and I'll catch up with everyone the next time I get a chance to do an update. Okay, speak to you later. Bye.